Test 1 2, we in here. 18th day of June already. Kind of hard to believe, man. But time is of the essence. AC Sports Live, Tuesday night. I appreciate you in advance for hanging in there, being strong this Father's Day week. Host Father's Day for all my dads out there. Happy belated Father's Day. Hope you had a great day. I had a great day. Spending time with family. Watching a program with my wife and daughter while the son's away at college. Spent some time with father-in-law, Apostle Dr. Will T. Washington. Shot the breeze a little bit. I think going to a restaurant is a thing of the past. It's more about enjoying the day with family. So we, father-in-law and myself, sat down to a nice spread of oxtails, cabbage and yams, cornbread, hot sauce. Nice little 7-Up. He had Diet Pepsi. That's a pretty good day. Hope you had a good day. James Mack is in here. James Mack sent me some tough news this evening. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Rubio in the mix. I gotta go back and watch the Rubio Method aired earlier today in the middle of my day, so I can't get there every week, but I will watch the replay. That's the beauty of this. YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. We can watch the replay. It's not as fun because it's not live showtime. It's delayed showtime. It could go overtime like we see a lot on the Chevy and Nasty show, The Ride, after the AC Sports Live show, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. Hope you had a great Father's Day. Yeah. What's my take on the Angel Reese flagrant on Caitlin Clark? It's basketball, man. It's a competitive sport. If you have a little bit of beef, a little bit of animosity, it's a hard foul. She had the ball. She's going for a layup. Couldn't make the block, so I take her head off. She won't come to the basket willy-nilly anymore. It reminds me of 80s and 90s basketball. Is it good? No, we don't know. We don't want to see anybody get injured. Never want to see anybody get hurt badly. But Caitlin Clark's a tough cookie. She shook it off and stayed in the game. Had that been Anthony Tenderlove Davis, he'd be done for 3 weeks. But it's a flagrant foul. But you're allowed to have flagrant fouls. I think it's great for the game because now it's a rivalry that will continue on. It didn't stop in college. It's going to continue on, but we don't condone plays that could potentially injure and maim and make someone not be able to play the game. It's a hard foul. But as you saw, she hopped back up. So I can anticipate an Indiana Fever player giving Angel Reese similar treatment next Sunday. You see how that works? Similar to baseball, a brush back pitch. Payback is coming, man. Tonight's show, NBA, the Celtics finished the job. We'll talk about that and all the fine line storylines within that matchup between the Celtics and the Mavs, what the 18th championship means for the Celtics as it relates to the Los Angeles Lakers. I know the Lakers fans are mad about that, but you gotta respect it. You ain't gotta like it, but you have to respect it. Boxing. Tank Davis makes easy work of Frank Martin. I had an epiphany about boxing over the weekend. I'm gonna talk about that. My 2 cents. Tatum is not as great as Kevin Garnett, and I'll talk about that. There's a video out, little boy, baby Bubba Dub, and Mookie Betts is hurt. What does that mean for the Dodgers? Brandon Ayuk and Klay Thompson might be out the Bay Area, and they will do my tribute to the GOAT, the logo, Jerry West. This is AC Sports Live. Let's get it.
He ain't never slumber, never put him to the test. He be reigning king forever, resurrected after death. All praise to God, brother, say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, all praise to the one.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Even B. Kim. Say it with your chest. Spotify, Apple Music, my new theme song. Willie Mays, TSC. This is Tim. What up, Big Tim? Sports Talk with Dad, YouTube, and all your other sports podcast platforms. Awesome show. Pleasure to be on the show a few weeks ago. Had a great time. Fun guys. Son's crazy. Dad's cool. Calm, collected for dad, for son's craziness, which makes for a great show. This is good cop, bad cop. The Odd Couple. I love them guys, man. The Queenie Lane is in here. James Mack sent me word this evening as I got out the boxing gym. Took a look at my phone and saw some bad news, and they said it happens in threes. We're going to talk about Jerry West later. But today, at the age of 93, arguably the best center fielder to ever play the game, Willie Mays passed away. New York Giants, later to become San Francisco Giants, 24-time All-Star. Numerous awards. The Say Hey Kid. His career spanned over 4 decades, starting in the Negro Leagues in the late 40s, and his final destination was the New York Mets in 1972. He spent 21 years with the San Francisco Giants, and in baseball they call some players that can do it all a 5-tool player. He had speed, he could throw, he could catch, he could hit for power. For his career, his line was 301, 384, 557 with 660 home runs. They did not count his Negro League home runs because they didn't keep those stats. They did give him 10 extra hits from the Negro League stats, but he did not get any additional home run stats. Who knows why? 525 doubles for the Say Hey Kid. He was the National League stolen base leader numerous times, and he only grounded into 45 double plays in his illustrious career. 24 seasons as a professional baseball player. 93 years old. He lived a long, productive, modest, quiet toward the end. Beloved by many. Even us Dodger fans have to respect what he brought to the game. And he will be missed. The Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. Arguably the best center fielder to ever lace them up. Flipping gears just a little bit, the NBA season has come to an end, and we didn't want to face this music, knowing the Celtics had the best team on paper, had the best record in the NBA, and from the beginning to the end, they were the best team, even though they had some luck along the way, facing some teams that weren't 100% in the playoffs. But that could be said about any championship run, any team. They've always had some kind of fortunate, I wouldn't say luck, but they've had things fall in their way. If you fast forward, rewind back to last season when we thought Joe Mazzulla was over his head. at 34 years old, taking over for Ime Udoka as a head coach. That the moment may have been too big for the young coach, but unfortunately for us who thought that, we were wrong, and it aged very, very badly. But it aged very well for those Boston Celtics fans, the Rick Burgesses of the world, the Lonnie Grimms of the world, Josh Jones of the world. They've been rocking with the Celtics. I don't know how bros can rock with the Celtics, but they do. I told Lonnie Grimm, you from Pasadena, man, how can you be rooting for the Celtics? Tell me how. How does that happen? But Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics make easy work of the Dallas Mavericks. The difference was defense, man. As great as Luka and Kyrie showed to be leading up to the championship offensively, they got exposed in the finals. Joe Mazzulla's attack on Luka defensively, to me, was the key. And Kyrie being picked up by Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, the MVP of the finals, Jason Tatum being a help man, along with Derek White, picking him up at half court and making his life a little bit tougher. They're all long, disruptive. So what did they show us? Shout out to Jaylen Brown, the MVP, rightfully so. Solid every night. Defensively, solid every night. Offensively, 25 points a night. And just his presence, his confidence, his poise, his leadership. And now I know Jason Tatum might hear little birdies, similar to Steph Curry not getting the Finals MVP when KD came to town, or when Iguodala snatched the MVP from him the year they beat LeBron James. In this situation, Jalen and Jason, nobody thought it would work. But it did. This might be, not sure how y'all feel about it, but with the addition of Drew Holiday, I'm happy for Al Horford for sure. But the addition of Drew Holiday, I think Sweet Brother Noomsy brought this up when he first got traded there. He's the difference. The Celtics are going to win the whole thing. I think he said that in those words. And there he is. Sweet Brother Noomsy's in the house. Good seeing you at Father's Day, my brother. You shouldn't. You try to answer every single trivia question, and we know that's pretty much cheating, having sports trivia at church, and you got the sportscaster guy in the audience trying to answer every single question. In fact, they're cheating. Yeah, I don't think he could get it done, but I believe that this was more about the new additions in Drew, Kristaps Porzingis, rather than Mazzulla. I don't think Mazzulla messed it up. Like, it ain't like he's a rocket scientist, but the addition of leadership in Drew and somebody that's been there before. I don't think Joe's game plans or strategies were that bad last year. He just looked like he was being outcoached because the guys weren't as willing to allow someone else to star every night as they were this year. This team looks like they're okay allowing Drew to have a 26-point night. Allow Kristaps to come out and score 25 the first night. It goes back to Jason Tatum allowing his teammates to shine. And of course, he's going to catch some flack for this, for not being the Mamba mentality guy that gets his every night. But it worked. Rube said Ray Charles plays better defense than Luka. Grab him, stop him. Shout out to Tony Baker. Grab him, hit him, grab him. That's the defense that Luka needs to implement. Cal Berkeley kid, said he's going to use his $300 million to change the economic positioning. I mean, he was saying some pretty deep stuff. Jaylen Brown for president, 2028. Let's start that right now. The Queen said the Mavs lacked ball movement. The ball was sticking in Luka's hands, so Boston only had to guard him. So then the question is, can Luka win a championship? If Luka doesn't play defense, it's going to be very difficult. Drew is the glue. Absolutely. Mike said he got 7 of them right. I had Tazzy upset. Well, man, you know how it is. Missoula just didn't mess it up. I think Ham could have made this work. Darvin Ham would have messed it up. Darvin Ham would have put his hands in his pockets and found a way to mess this up. Darvin Ham would have said, let's let Jason Tatum get 50 every night. I want him to be the MVP. Elaine said, not a Celtic fan, but they did play team ball. All right, so is this the most likable Celtics team? Because the KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen team was hateable. It's easy to hate Doc Rivers and KG and Paul Pierce type dudes, Scalabrini type dudes. But this team, how do you hate Drew Holiday? UCLA Bruin. Helped his wife beat cancer. Glue guy, plays hard defense, scores when you need him to score. You got Al Horford, first Dominican ever to win a championship in NBA history, which is hard for me to believe. I thought somebody like Leandro Barbosa, somebody else won before. I don't know, but if he is the first, that's pretty awesome. And he's been playing forever, and he finally got one. And his parents were there. You have to be happy about that. Derek White, his story is incredible. I think he lost a tooth or chipped a tooth, lost his hair. Thank God. And the Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum story. Joe Mazzulla being the man of faith who defers all, fingers being pointed at how great he is to his faith, where he's like, you're the black coach. He said, what about Christian coach? How do you not like that? How do you not cheer for that? It's still the Boston Celtics. I'm a Sixer fan, so I don't like the Celtics. But this team is hard to not be okay with. These guys are quality guys. They played hard. Kristaps Porzingis, he stays hurt, but he went out there and played with a leg that needs to have surgery. He did not take the day off. Anthony Davis, KP was out there. Unicorns out there with one bad wheel. It's hard to like this group, man. It's hard. Mike said this is easily the most likable Celtics team of all time. Easily the most likable team. Like, who on the team do you not like? Who on this Celtics team irks you? And you have to think about it. Like, maybe Jason Tatum's ugly jump shot. That might be something you don't like. I don't even know if the bench is. Pritchard. You feel for him. Little guy shoots the three. It's hard to not like this team. You wish this team was on your team, like your favorite team. You wish you had this compilation of players. You love Drew, and they're gonna have these guys locked in for at least 2 more years. And you got the repeat talks. Can they do it again? All stars with their head coach. Dude is a very likable guy that stands up for what he believes in. Hey man, this is not Boston. That's not Boston. That's not Boston culture. Tell Rick Burgess, sweet brother Noomsy, call Rick Burgess and say we want the Celtics back. This is not the Celtics. I'm used to it being Bird, Danny Ainge, and Parrish, and Kevin McHale. And you hate them dudes, man. Them dudes is dirty, man. We said they all right. They ain't all that. Second time 2 African-American head coaches faced each other in the NBA Finals. We're gonna give Jason Kidd his black card back. We gonna count Jason Kidd. All right, we'll stall him out. Light skinned dudes are back. We back. You don't like Pritchard. That's the only one you don't like. He only gets in key moments. But, you know, it is what it is. Congratulations to the Boston Celtics. We hate you. Still don't love the Celtics, but we have to appreciate the brand of ball you all played. Tough defense. Shared the ball, passed the ball. Didn't play much hero ball. And they played, how many games did they lose this whole playoffs? They played solid, man. They played solid. SG Trilogy in here. It's a sad day for Laker fans. Hey, Laker fans got an in-season championship. Hip, hip. Hooray for the JV. JV championships count. Do they get a banner for the in-season? You better not put up a banner for that in-season championship. You bet not. There's not a single player that plays on this roster that's unlikable. Like, I didn't like that one dude with the weird ears and no neck, Grant Williams. He's gone too. Yeah, he was kind of hard to watch because he was out there playing football. SG said, "Nah, man, the end season is not what it is. The end season was a farce." Switching gears, man. Boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis put hands on Frank Martin. This is coming from someone's cell phone, so I believe we should be able to show it. Tank just too strong for this weight class, man. I mean, he's just standing in there. Why didn't he just go down that first time? It's getting laughable now. He just waits a few rounds, and then he cleans these young guys out. What's next? Like, he's not gonna fight Shakur. It's not a good fight. Shakur, could he hurt Tank? No, but he could outscore him. And is it the fact that is it Tank ducking Shakur when you know you could knock him out, but if he runs the whole fight, then it's a different type of running. It's a different type of avoiding. Like, I don't want to fight someone that's going to make me look awkward. Shakur makes people look awkward. Does he fight Devin Haney? I think he knocks out Devin Haney because Devin Haney does not have enough power to make Tank afraid of his power. So right now at 135, Tank is the king. Until Tank goes up to 140, 147, he won't have a big money fight. Now, when I saw Ryan Garcia jump on the mat after the fight, I'm thinking to myself, what weight could they fight at? Because now Ryan is full on 165 pounds, walking around 175. He's a big dude. As big as he looked at that Devin Haney fight, he looked like a strong safety. I don't think he could come back down to 140, like 147. If he can get down to 143, I'm imagining Tank can come up to 142, and they can go at it at 145. But I'm sure it'll be a rehydration clause, because if I'm Tank, I'm not fighting 175-pound Ryan Garcia. That's not smart. I just saw a video of Tank sparring Bud Crawford, and Bud Crawford is way bigger than Tank. And Tank was giving Crawford some wood in the beginning of the round, and Bud was just taking his shots. And then once Tank was done throwing his shots, Terrence Crawford began to beat him up and bully him. And it was just because he was just that much bigger than him. It's just the length, the skill, and just the cutting off of the ring when someone's bigger than you. It's just a big disadvantage. So it's going to be tough, man, for anybody under 140 to beat Tank with his power. But when Tank goes up, naturally so, he might find himself in trouble versus longer, more technically sound fighters who he won't be able to catch. Now, would he fight Lomachenko? That will be a good fight because Lomachenko won't run, but his angles will frustrate Tank for a little bit. But I do believe Tank will find Lomachenko, as Lomachenko to me beat Devin Haney as I watched the fight without sound. And I was just thinking to myself, they gave it to Devin because he has more going for him. Lomachenko's time has passed. He's still very, very live in there, but he's not the super draw because he doesn't knock people out. And that's when I had my epiphany. Sweet Brother Noopsy said they put up a banner for the in-season tournament already. Oh, no. Oh, man. That's tender love right there, man. You don't put up no banner for no JV championship, man. Come on, man. Tank Davis, man, dang. I need to order more fights. You don't need to order no fights. Just watch Facebook. Somebody going to be streaming it. That's how I watched it. I'm not paying for no pay-per-view. Not sure what might happen. The last time I paid for a fight, I believe it was Mike Tyson versus, who was it? James Bone Crusher Smith. I didn't pay for it, but we paid for it as a family or whatever. I forgot what it was. I think I was in Philadelphia. What was I in Philadelphia for? I think I was visiting my grandma. And I went to either my uncle's house or a family relatives, somebody's house. They had the fight and we all put in. I was a kid, but they were putting in money to see the Mike Tyson fight. And let me see, what was it? It wasn't Bones Crusher Smith because this fight was over in the first round and they paid for it. So it wasn't James Bone Crusher Smith. We watched James Bone Crusher Smith across the street at Donye House on Easy Avenue in Long Beach. Now it's all coming back to me. See, I got in the ring tonight with Brandon Adams and my head is spinning a little bit. Even though we were just sparring and touching up, I still get hit in the head a couple times. So I can't remember. I really can't remember. Rube says, speaking of ugly jump shots, does Bill Cartwright have the ugliest shot of all time? That's a whole topic in itself there, Rubes. It's up there. There are some ugly ones. I believe me and Mac had some discussion about who had the ugly, like Sean Marion, Bill Cartwright, Jamal Wilkes. Even though I thought Jamal Wilkes' jump shot was pretty smooth, but some people think it's ugly. There are some guys who have some ugly shots, man. But Cartwright's, it hurts. It hurts to watch. Michael Spinks, yeah. Was it Michael Spinks' first round? Yeah. Or was it? It might have been Marvis Frazier, where he beat him in like 17 seconds. That was tough to watch. But it was, and that's where my epiphany comes from. I had a compilation, and we're just thinking about boxing as I've become a boxing nut, as I train almost every day at the gym with Brandon Adams and Terrell Adams. He has a fight coming up in July. They both have fights coming up. And it's just cool being around two guys who are going to get in the ring for real. And I get to check off my bucket list of getting in the ring and sparring a couple rounds with some guys. And, it's been nothing but, inspiring, just being in there, moving around us a little bit. And we're talking boxing a lot. And we're just thinking about who's going to fight who. And it does come back down to money. And I start thinking about over time, why do I like certain fighters over other fighters? Like some fighters I don't have an affinity for. Like I could care less if they fight, or I miss the fight, or I see the replay of the fight. But some people fight, you don't want to miss it. So I was just looking at the fighters that I've liked over the years, and my GOATs, so to speak. And I'm looking at my list of fighters that I've always liked, and I'm seeing the common thread as they had 75% or more knockout ratio, and they had a cool nickname. So I'm going down my list, and I'm kind of throwing in 3 fighters that are current that I don't necessarily care to watch, like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Floyd Mayweather. Great fighters. Floyd might be the greatest ever to fight because he's 50-0, but he only has 27 knockouts. Cool nickname, pretty boy. and money. Devin Haney, 31 fights, wins, only 15 knockouts. Shakur Stevenson, 21-0, but only 10 knockouts. On my list of favorites, there are only 2. Make that 1 who don't have an overwhelming knockout ratio, and that is Pernell Whitaker. But Pernell Whitaker was fun to watch because his defense was so great that you could not help but want to see him embarrass somebody and put on a clinic. So I got Muhammad Ali, nicknamed the greatest, 56 wins, 37 KOs. Sugar Ray Robinson, 174 wins, 109 knockouts. That is unreal. This man had 200 fights and knocked out 109 people. Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. Now that was a great boxer. 66 wins, 52 knockouts. I like Knockout Kings. That was one of our favorite. What were we playing? What were we playing in 1998? Was that PlayStation or was that still? Yeah, that was. I think that was PlayStation. PlayStation 1. We were playing Knockout Kings every day. Me, Earl Little, Tyrone Drakeford, and Alex Molden. We played Knockout Kings. Ernie Shavers, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. We couldn't get enough of that game. Sugar Ray Leonard, 36 wins, 25 knockouts. Iron Mike Tyson, 50 wins, 44 knockouts. The losses are losses. Roy Jones Jr. still one of my GOATs, 66 wins, 47 knockouts. He got 10 losses. That means his wins were so great and his career was so great to me as a fan that his losses don't even measure up to the excitement, to the just as a fan to watch them do their thing at the top of their game. Evander Real Deal Holyfield, 44 wins, 29 knockouts. Tommy Hitman Hearn, 61 wins, 48 knockouts. 48 knockouts. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, 62 wins, 52 knockouts. Manny Pacquiao, 62 wins, 39 knockouts. Prince Nassim Hamed, 36 wins, 31 knockouts. You see where I'm going with this. Even Sugar Shane was 49 with 41. Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, 42 wins, 37 knockouts. Terrence Bud Crawford, 40 wins, 31 knockouts. Gervonta Tank Davis, my favorite fighter right now, 30 wins, 28 knockouts. He means he only went to the decision twice. That's wild. And that's kind of where my epiphany. I like knockout artists, man. I used to like a clinic. I won every single round, Floyd Mayweather style. But I guess in my older age, I want to see somebody get cleaned out. Me and Earl Little, we send each other text messages about dudes getting knocked out, like video of dudes getting knocked out. I ain't even gonna lie. I like to watch those backyard boxing videos. Them guys in the backyard fighting in the little cage, and seeing a regular old 9-to-5 dude come home and fight his homeboy and get knocked out. Ruben said, was it Sega? In 92, we were playing Sega. In 98, when Knockout Kings came out, I want to think we were on to the next game system. Marvin Hagler is my favorite of all time. It was hard not to like Marvelous Marvin, but he couldn't. After John the Beast Mugabe, who was he going to fight? There was nobody in the middleweight, like super middleweight. until Sugar Ray and them came up to fight Marvin Hagler, because they was all in a lower weight class, and then they came up to fight because everybody was afraid of Marvin Hagler. I would have loved Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies. I mean, Drago was in there trying to kill people. Rocky, Clubber Lang, ain't no decision, man. We ain't going to the scorecards. So I am a lover of boxing knockouts. I love the sweet science, but at the end of the day, I need to see somebody get cleaned out. No doubt about it, game over. Now, I already mentioned my 2 cents. The Jason Tatum versus Kevin Garnett. All right, so when Kevin Garnett won the championship, how many moons ago was that? He says, anything is possible. Well, Jason Tatum had his moment. Lisa Salters interviews him post-game because he's still the face of the Celtics. Jason Tatum, how are you feeling right now? He said, we did it. I said, oh, we did it. I'm like, that kind of fell flat to me. I think KG prepared for the moment. That not that what he said was all that great, but it was corny enough to become a meme. Anything is possible. So that was echoing for every student video in every high school in America. They would put that clip somewhere in the video, and it would be echoing where Jason Tatum in 2024, his PR team, his marketing team, I'm sure they had this discussion similar to a football player winning a Super Bowl. When you win and the cameras are on you, the microphone's in your face, smile and say, we did it. I'm going to Disneyland. Jason Tatum said, we did it. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to make it. KG wins. I saw a video, super cute, but I blame Bubba Dub for inspiring this trend. All right, so little brother, big brother, little sister playing basketball.
Trash. No, I'm not. I'm pretty. I'm a girl. So you trash, you're a boy. Saw that?
All right, man. All right, we gotta. The little boy called his little sister trash, and then makes a bucket and says, "You see that?" I don't know how I feel about this. Small part of me is saying, yeah, that's what we need to put the women back in their place. You trash. Just like the boys get the trash talk, you get it too. You miss a shot, you trash. Bubba Dub style. Trash. And then bust her eye 2 times in a row. But I love Lil Mama's response.
Trash. No, I'm not.
I'm not trash. I'm pretty. I'm a girl. There's a dad in, I'm going to say 10, 15 feet away. Gotta be. That little girl said, I'm not trash. I'm pretty. That's how you do it, little mama. No matter what he says, I missed a shot. That does not mean I'm trash. I'm pretty. I'm a girl.
I'm a girl. So you trash,
You trash for saying that. She said, you trash. I love it, man. He said, trash. You don't call your little sister trash, man. Oh, like, man, kids is tough, man. Dodgers, we got some problems, man. Mookie Betts is out for 6 to 8 weeks. I don't know what we gonna do without Mookie, man. I know Q, Anthony from LA, AC from LA, collective podcast Saturday morning. We got to bring some tissue. We got to somehow or another make sure that Q don't jump off the bridge. Mookie Betts is arguably the best player in baseball and on the best team in baseball. And he's going to be out playing shortstop, leadoff hitter. That's the heart of your team, man. So what are we going to do? Do we pack it up, tank it in? Or are we going to find a way? We still have Shohei, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, still pretty deep with the bat. Who's going to play shortstop? You could put Kike Hernandez there. And I believe Miguel Rojas can play. You might even try Gavin Lux, but he's not as hot at the plate on the offensive side. But Dodgers have always had a shortstop who just really, really, holds the team together on defense and is a decent hitter, a Chris Taylor type who can make a key play from time to time at the plate, but he's a solid glove. So I think 6 to 8 weeks on your left hand and your non-throwing hand, but then getting back in that batter's box, probably going to wear a protective pad on that left hand and be back for, a playoff run. In addition to Max Muncy making a comeback. Hopefully Kershaw makes a comeback. Not giving up hope just yet, but unfortunate it happened that way. Never want to see that, man. Rubio says, I respect his honesty. Little kid calls it like he sees it. She will come back stronger if she grows up like this. Not one boyfriend will tell her what to do in a couple of years. Absolutely. Necessary bullying. Keep them tough so they know how the real world is going to come on at them. What's your response? I'm not trash. I'm pretty. Excellent answer, little mama. Elaine says we got to press on. You have to press on. Next man up. Speaking of next man up, Klay Thompson has deleted the Golden State Warriors from his Instagram and social media sites. Brandon Ayuk says that the Niners don't want him back. So we got two Bay Area superstars ready to pack their bags. Do you guys like the erasing of social media as a means to tell the world that it's over with? Or is that tender? Is that tender love? It just might be. Klay Thompson. Stand-up guy. Deleting your social media connects you to Splash Brother, man. You don't have to delete your social media. It happened. You were a Golden State Warrior for a long time. You were part of a dynasty. Key member of a dynasty. So it is what it is. It might be time to move on. Just say that. You ain't got to delete your social media. Brandon Ayuk. The Niners do want you. They just don't want to pay you like the top receiver in the league. So I know y'all in San Francisco, and it's a little bit tender down there. It's Pride Month and everything. It's all good. We don't really care about that too much. That's not going to sway our belief and our faith in any way in your playing ability. Both of you guys can still play. But you guys are not super max guys. It's part of the business. What's going to happen? Most likely, they're going to be out. Golden State and San Francisco 49ers will be without Brandon Ayuk. The Golden State Warriors will be without Klay Thompson. The end of an era. Light skin, dark skin, don't matter. Tender indeed. As G said, it's too tender. Social media, you quit on social media. Instant instant tender love status, man. Instant. Rubio said deleting your social media of your team is the equivalent of asking a girl out by a note with a yes or no box on it. Soft. I don't know, Rubio. I think asking a girl out with a box note, I think that was kind of gangster back in the day because it was definitive. Like you hand it to her and you kind of walk away for a little bit and you look and see what her response is and you kind of get a good look and a good feel for it right away. And it's automatic. Like she's going to check yes or no, fold it back up and give it to her friend to give to you. By lunchtime, you know whether or not you win it or lose it. And you shot your shot. So I'm not sure if that's the equivalent, Rube. I think note passing in the 80s was gangster because you ain't messing around no more. You shooting your shot. You shot it. Do you like me? Because I like you. Do you like me? Check yes or no. I don't know, man. That's pretty gangster if you ask me. It ain't as gangster as walking up to him and saying it like young Rubio might have done. Hey, I think you're cute. You think I'm cute? You want to have lunch? Bet. Will you go with me? Notes were clutch until they were intercepted by your teacher or her friend. That's the worst, man. But you gotta, at that moment in time, you gotta knuckle up. Yeah, I wrote that. Like old boy said in the wood. I think she purty. I think she purty. And then commenced to get beat up by her brother. It was gangster, but in the third grade. All right. I get it. Bruh, the note passing with the yes, no went up until at least 7th grade. At that point, can I have your phone number was on there. And if you guys are talking on the phone, you basically go together. We go together. We talking on the phone. If that's the case, my little brother had 12 girlfriends. Because before call waiting, he had a system. Straight gangster. AC2 in the building. Coming off his All-American binge watch. I need to get in there and watch me some Billy Baker. I have not got on to the new season of All-American. We've been watching it as a family. I fell off once they killed off Billy Baker. But I had to just jump back in and see where they are. I was going to talk about Bronny James working out for the Lakers, but I haven't heard enough about how that went. And I know it's just a formality. Rumor came out today that he's trying out for the Mavs. The Mavs could use LeBron James' services. I don't know how true that is. The Mavs, just watching the Mavs lose in the way they lost this finals, I'm not sure what they need. But who could possibly address what the Mavs need? The late, great Jerry West. Passed away. Who was the GOAT GM as he masterminded several franchises into champions. He was 86 years old. Part of 7 decades, was part of the NBA as a player and a GM. was a star of the Los Angeles Lakers for 14 years. He's the stinking logo of the NBA. The little man you see dribbling the basketball on every single NBA jersey, every single NBA stadium floor, it's Jerry West. His management career after playing is unprecedented. He designed the Memphis team. Lakers team. He drafted Kobe Bryant, or at least fought for him once. The Hornets drafted Kobe and Jerry West traded for Kobe Bryant. He saw the talent. He got Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers. He was a consultant to Bob Myers in Golden State. As a player, he was known as Mr. Clutch. Is he the only player in NBA history to win the Finals MVP in a losing effort? His most famous shot is 60-footer that tied the Knicks at the buzzer in 1970s NBA Finals and sent the game into overtime. Still wound up a Lakers loss though. Jerry West, the logo, will be missed. Known for his tenacious desire to win, never really learning how to lose. His depiction in Winning Time, they say, is not as accurate as it could be. And I could believe it. They making him seem like a really, really unreasonable person. But I do believe he was a winner at all costs, even though he only won 2 championships. As a player, he had to play in a tough era. But he played with Wilt, won a championship with Wilt. And his statue was pretty dope, as you can see in the picture. I want to give a couple shout outs. Long Beach Lumpia. Hoping to partner with them. Saw a pop-up shop in Cerritos. I went and had my weekly donut at Goody's Donuts, and I saw a pop-up as they were getting ready to turn the grease on. And I saw their imagery, marketing posters, and I says, am I reading this right? It's Long Beach Lumpia. I will be back. I went to go get some golf balls, ran some errands, and came back and had some lumpia. It was awesome. They had several kinds. They had beef and pork, they had chicken, barbecue, and they had pizza and vegetarian. Very good lumpia. I will definitely be using their services in the near future. Probably at a church function, and we will have them come be a vendor or something like that. Outstanding lumpia, and they travel and they'll come to your event. Also want to shout out Catman Bait on Crenshaw, 15705 Crenshaw. If you're a fisher, you like to go fishing, you like to go fishing with your family, take your boys out fishing, come through. They have live bait, frozen bait, bait scent, shirt in different shirts and variety of different hats. Catman Bait, 15705 Crenshaw Boulevard is a black-owned business. Support. All right, man. I got Happy Boy in here. Take the flipper. Traded Lottie for Kobe. At that point in time, we were like, no, not this kid. You're getting out in the community. Absolutely. Community, man. That's what it's all about. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. This is AC Sports Live. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you tune in to The Ride with Chevy and Nasty on YouTube after this. Saturday morning, the Collective Podcast. AC from LA and the SG Trilogy, breaking down sports, the culture, tech, and everything fatherhood. One of my favorite shows. Check out the Rubio Method, YouTube, Facebook. He might get a little excited and geeked up from time to time, but he has to be one of my favorite people in the world. He shoots you straight, even to a point where you say, "Ooh, cringe, Rube, you can't say that." He says, "I'm saying it, baby. I'm letting it rain." The Rubio Method. Not only is a great long snapper coach, but he's also pretty good with the microphone. He's a must watch. The Decade Show, check that out. Facebook, YouTube as well. Guys in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I don't think anybody's 70 on there just yet, but opinions about topics from different age brackets. Isn't that a genius idea? The Decade Show. And the 1585 Show, Thursday nights. We took a night off last week. I went to the Ty Tribbett concert with my wife. Had a blast. Ty Tribbett puts on an awesome show. It's just a great show. I was in there. My son's ticket, he couldn't make it because he's at camp. Shout out to George Tuleau, whose son Diggs is going to probably most likely become a Spartan. And I think it's going to be a good thing. Big fella with my big fella on his official visit. Dig Tuleau, AC2, Alexander Cobbs. The Spartans looking to do big things this season. We'll see. We need good recruits just like Dig. Tuleau, DNA, Long Beach, the J. Sarah product. We'll take that. We'll take that. So let's hope he makes that decision. I believe it's real close. We're really close. We'll see. All right, man. That's my time. As always, you guys be good. Be good to one another. May Yahweh continue to bless you richly. And I will see you next time on the AC Sports Live Show. Peace out. Blessings.